Today, I'm going to talk about the behavior that I studied. The behavior of a female adult panda with its juvenile panda babies. So, the animal that I studied is the giant panda, and its scientific name is Ailuropoda melanoleuca. So, how did I study this animal's behavior? So, I and Fast and Mong used live camera footage from the Wolong Grove Giant Panda Center, which is situated at Senshuping, Ganda, China. So, the purpose and thesis statement of our mini project is we want to investigate the maternal and offspring interactions between a mother panda and its cubs, and also want to understand how they play, nurture, and some conflicts resolution of their behaviors. This is because the giant panda is listed as a critically endangered species in the IUCN Red List, and knowing how they behave during raising their child can help to protect them better in the conservation efforts. Therefore, we used the live cam footage from the Wolong Grove Giant Panda Center and did observation based on a female giant panda called Pan Yue, the mother, and its cubs, and one that I named Yang. We did three replicates in three different timelines to observe their behaviors and interaction. And the methodology is with scan sampling and ethnograms were conducted and made to analyze all their behaviors. And these are the results of scan sampling. As you can see here, this is a table about the behavior of the adult panda, which is Han Yue. And we observed 9 behaviors through the 3 replicates. And among those, the first one is sitting, which is where the mother just sits on the ground. And the second is lying, which is when the mother is tired, it will lie on the ground sometimes. And the third is sniffing, and this is when the mother panda uses its nose to smell the baby panda, maybe to recognize it. And the fourth is biting. This is when the mother panda gently using its teeth to pick up the baby panda. And the fifth one is hugging, using front paws to hold to the baby panda. And sometimes the giant panda will playing with its barrel. And also, the giant panda will also walk and run. And lastly, the final behavior is dragging, which is the mother panda will drag the baby panda sometimes. And here are some footages of the behaviors that they do. And this first one is when the mother is sitting on the ground. And this is when the mother is lying on the ground. And this picture shows where the mother is sniffing and biting on the baby cub. And this is where the mother holds the baby and hugs it. And in this footage, the mother panda is playing with the barrel. And in this footage, you can see the mother panda is trying to drag the baby panda to somewhere else. And after that, this is another table about the behavior of the baby juvenile panda. We observed 8 behaviors from the 3 replicates, and the first being sniffing, which is the baby panda uses its nose to smell the mother panda. And the second one is biting, which is using its teeth to hold onto its mother. And the third is climbing, which the panda going on to barrels with its front legs. And fourth is rolling, moving with body on the ground. Fifth is running. 6 is playing, which is playing with the barrel. 7 is walking. And number 8 is on its mother. The baby panda likes to lie on its mother. In this picture, the baby panda is sniffing and biting on its mother. And in this footage, the baby panda is trying to climb into the barrel. Meanwhile, in this footage, the baby panda is rolling on the ground with its mother. Meanwhile, this is a footage of the baby panda walking and running. And lastly, this is a picture of the baby panda lying on top of its mother. Now we move to the ethogram of panda behavior. And the histogram of the baby panda and its mothers can be divided into three categories, which is locomotion, resting, and social interaction. So, first of all, for the locomotion, climbing with the code CLI is described as the panda climbs trees or structures. And rolling, which is ROL, the panda rolls on the ground. Walking, WAL, the panda moves on a foot across the ground. Running, RUN, the panda moves quickly, typically for escape or chase. Then, inside barrel, IB, the cub is inside a hanging barrel, either interacting or resting. And last, out of view, OOV, the panda is no longer visible in the frame. Next, which is resting, where the panda is sitting. SIT, the panda is sitting typically in a relaxed state. Lying down, LYI, the panda is lying on the ground, either resting or interacting. Resting on tree. With the code ROT, the cub is resting on a tree, either sitting or lying. Sitting in a hammock. SIH, the panda sits in a hammock-like structure, typically interacting or resting. And last, on top of mother. OTM, a cub lies on top of the mother, typically being held or interact with. And for the functional group of social interaction, the first behavior is sniffing. With the code SNI, the panda sniffs the other, either to explore or interact. Then biting, BIT. The panda bites, often as part as grooming and playful behavior. Hugging, HUG. The panda embraces the other, involving physical contact. Then dragging, DRA. The mother drags the cub by biting or physically pulling the cub. Then chasing, CHA. The mother chases the cub, often for playful or protective reasons. Then interacting with barrel, IHB. The panda interacts with a hanging barrel, either by playing or touching. And lastly, climbing into a hammock, CIH. The cub climbs into a hammock-like structure, either for rest or play. And here are the results of the behaviors that we observed. As you can see here, there are two graphs and one table. A one graph is representing the mean frequency of behavior between mother panda and her cubs. Meanwhile, the other graph is representing the mean time spent of behavior between mother panda and her cubs. And let's begin with the mean frequency. So for the first behavior, which is sitting, the mother panda has the mean frequency of 2, while the baby panda has the mean frequency of 0.33. And lying on the ground, the mother has 0.67 mean frequency, while the panda has 0.33. And meanwhile, for the playing behavior, the mother panda has 7.67 and the baby cub has 4.00, which is the highest among all behaviors. Next is hugging. The mother panda and the baby panda both have a mean frequency of 2. And next, walking. The mother panda has a mean frequency of 1, while the baby panda has 0. And next is climbing. So the mother panda has a mean frequency of 0.33. Meanwhile, the cubs have a higher mean frequency, which is 2.67. And next is running. So for this part, the mother panda has the mean frequency of 0, while the baby panda has the mean frequency of 0.67. Up next is the graph of mean time spent of behavior between mother panda and her cubs. So for the first behavior, which is sitting, the mother panda has a mean time spent of 11.33 seconds, while the baby cub has the mean time spent of 24.67 seconds. Next is lying on the ground. The mother panda has a mean time spent of 36.33 and the baby cub come close with 37. So next, playing. The mother panda spends 179.33 seconds, while the baby panda has 73 seconds. This is the highest among all behaviors. And next, hugging. The mother panda hugs for 38 mean time spent, while the baby pandas have a mean time spent of 95.33 seconds. Next is walking. The mother panda has 4.33 seconds, while the cubs has 0. And climbing, the mother has 14.33 seconds, while the cub has a higher mean time spent, which is 35.67. Lastly, running. The mother panda has a 0 mean time spent, while the panda has 5.33 mean time spent. So in the end, we can conclude that based on both graphs and the table, playing behavior between the mother panda and her cubs is the most behavior that they did, while walking was the least behavior that they did. Here is an up-close version of the graph which you can see the standard division. In conclusion, this mini project helped us to learn more about the maternal-offspring interaction between the mother panda and its cubs, and it is very vital for the cubs' development for them to have playing behavior with their mother, as playing behaviors acts as a predominant behavior in developing motor skills and bonding. This is because pandas only have 1 to 2 offsprings at a time, and they need a lot of care and a lot of time with the cubs before they become adults and leave the group to live alone. And this study contributes to behavioral ecology and conservation. Future research can build on these findings to explore long-term impacts of enrichment activities on the cub development and can help more of conservation of the pandas which are critically endangered. Thank you, that's all, and these are some acknowledgement and reference that we used during the research.